Welcome to the Jaron Jarvis channel. I am Jaron Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, I made a terrible mistake. I've always thought that bad things happen when too much knowledge meets too little common sense. Without going into too much detail about myself, I've been a dabbler for a few years now into the sort of stuff that literally every person knows is a terrible idea. So, right there, too much knowledge and a lot of stupidity to go along with it. But I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. That will probably happen a lot, because this isn't easy for me to type. It isn't even easy for me to think about, but I desperately need help, and for the first time in my life I don't have an answer. About 3 months ago my fiancée died in a car crash. Her dad fell asleep at the wheel taking his 2 kids home from soccer practice. They all survived. She didn't. I think the kind of people who hang out in places like this on the internet already know where this is going. She never knew about the stuff I was into, or the stuff I could do, or who I really was deep down. It would have broken her. I guess my being with her started off as a desperate attempt to be normal, and ended with me really opening my heart and letting her in. Take a lesson, folks. Never do that. People do irrational things when they care too much. Needless to say, she didn't stay dead long. I performed the proper rites at the proper times, made pacts and pleas with things man has no business knowing about, much less speaking to. In the end, she showed up on my door 1 week after her death and burial. God, she was beautiful. It amazes me even now. Even after what happened, to me it would have been worth it, almost, just for that one moment when I opened the door. She was just like her old self, at first. Warm and affectionate and bright in all the ways I never could be. But, as some of you might have already suspected, nothing's ever that straightforward. Little changes, so small that I don't think anyone but me noticed them, have started popping up. No, before you ask, she hasn't started eating brains or anything like that. Just small stuff. She stares a little too long at children when we walk past them, or will stop breathing for hours at a time with no obvious ill effects, or sometimes just grips my wrist at night with her hand. Her skin gets colder every day. I read the warnings and disregarded them. I believed fully that whatever happened, I could handle it. I wasn't prepared for this. I expected 2 outcomes, either everything worked fine, or the usual cliched cursey stuff happens. I think some brain munching or growing fangs could have been dealt with. I could have accepted that the thing that lays in bed beside me every night is not my fiancé, and done away with it. This is far worse. She hasn't done anything monstrous or malicious at all, but these little reminders, all throughout the day, of the inhumanity of what she, or it, is, are harder to deal with. It's not dangerous enough to force my hand, so try as I might I can't bring myself to undo it. At the same time, it is proving increasingly hard to ignore these signs. I've seen some pretty novel solutions come from this place, and right now, I need them, though I suspect I might have sealed my own fate when I decided to give death a pink slip.